Hi, I am the connector Tracy G, and this is part two of my Are You Teaching Your Kids How to Live Out of Their Ego, Pain Body, Victim Mentality, or Their Soul? and Actually, if you don't have any kids, you can still watch this because you were a child at one point, and you can look back and go, what was I taught as a child? To live out of my ego? Am I always right? Everybody else is wrong. Everybody's supposed to just cater to me. That's ego, and that's how you make serial killers, people. Like, seriously, you need to make sure you're saying no to your kids. My mom was a counselor for over 35, almost 40 years, and she said that a kid that is overindulged is actually more at risk a child that is overindulged is more at risk of committing suicide and having problems as an adult than a child that was neglected. Okay, so overindulging your kids is dangerous. It makes them feel like there are no boundaries because they always get their way. They keep pushing, but you keep just letting them have it. So they actually feel very insecure. Whereas a child who is neglected, still horrible, don't do that to your kids, but they learn how to, make their own decisions because nobody else is there to help them. But so they're actually more of a survivor instinct than the ones that are overindulged. So anyway, don't do either one of those. That's horrible. But I'm just saying, if you're overindulging your kid, you're not doing them any favors. Okay, so anyway, so the three different kinds that you need to stay away from are ego, victim mentality, which it's never my fault. It's always somebody else's fault. I am not in control and I don't have to take responsibility for anything. That is there's a lot of 20 somethings out there right now that are like that. They won't take responsibility for everything, for anything. They're entitlement issues. That also comes from being raised and overindulged, or just not taught to respect and responsibility. Um, Responsibility comes from being in charge of your own happiness. Teach your kids to be in charge of their own happiness. We give people permission to we give people permission when we let them hurt us, okay? You are in charge of your own feelings and your own happiness, and no one can actually make you feel anything. Now, you might be like, yeah, no, I didn't want to feel that way. No, you actually decided to feel bad because so and so said something, okay? But nobody can actually run your emotions. You are in charge of your emotions. Take responsibility for your own happiness and your own emotions, and don't react. Observe people when they're doing things to you, but don't react. Reactiveness is you basically saying you have no rights to your own emotions and you're not taking responsibility for how you're responding, in which you are 100% in control of that. So teach your kids that. Teach them self-control. Teach them empathy. Teach them that they don't have to do everything just because so and so said so. No, teach them self-respect and be like, you know what, I want to do that because I love myself and because it makes me feel good to do stuff for others, not because I have to, because I'm a victim and I can't make those choices. Another Victim mentality kids a lot of times never got to make choices when they were a kid. Mom and dad were really strict about go brush your teeth, or eat all your whatever on the plate, or was very strict and didn't give the kid a chance to make a decision on anything. My mom was wonderful, and she always wanted to make sure I felt like I had a choice, and so that I wasn't a victim, I could make a choice. So, like, Tracy, we're getting ready for bed. Do you want to brush your teeth or get your pajamas on? So I had a choice. I was still getting ready for bed, but it gave me just a little bit of like, okay, I got to choose whether I got my pajamas on or if I brushed my teeth first. Whereas those entitled kids, you're like, I don't wanna, and then you just let them run wild and not doing, So, so we are doing a balancing act, people, with these kids, okay? You can't make them feel like they run the roost, but you can't make them feel like they have no say either, because you're gonna, and that's where this whole balance comes in, and why I wanted you to know about it for your kids. So ego, victim mentality, and pain body. Pain body is that little bit of ourself that enjoys to be miserable, like the attention you get when you skin a knee, or things like that. And it's okay to be like, oh, are you okay? But if you have a crybaby that cry about everything, that's their pain body trying to get attention, because they know it works. Because when they're miserable, you give them a lot of attention. So you're actually teaching a child to live in their pain body, or be a victim, or have a lot of health issues, or have stuff wrong with them because they get attention for that. And I'm sure some adults that do this too. You ask, how you doing? And you know better than to ask that person that, because they'll tell you, oh, I went to the doctor for this, and I got this, and I got this, and oh my gosh, and then the doctor said, anyway, they're totally 100% in their pain body. They get their attention by being sick. Okay, and I'm not saying they made themselves sick, but people that are chronically sick are in their pain body. And if you're one of those people, check and see, do you get something out of being sick? Do you want to get better, or do you actually kind of enjoy all the attention and all of the, warm wishes and basically all the attention that you get for being sick? Okay. Yeah. And I'm not judging you if you are, but this is an awareness. This is an awareness video. So for young and old, we're all a child at heart. So I just wanted you to have a nice basic rundown of the ways that you can kind of check yourself and check your kids, and come up with a way to tell the kid, do you think that was do you think that other people might want that too, taking them out of ego, or you don't have to do that just because she said so. If you see one kid bossing another kid, don't allow that either, because that's an ego running over a victim mentality person or future. But yeah, so just teach them how to get in touch with themselves. I'm going to do a video on just opening your heart and centering with your heart, and you can teach your kids this too, and do it right before bed. I do a blue bubble around my kids at night, especially when they're little, and I called it unruffling. And I'd go down their body like that, and taking all the stress from the day away, is what I'd say. And I'd flick it off, and then I'd put a blue for protection, and a rose quartz for unconditional love, and gold for their angels, and for the Holy Spirit to come into their heart and help them feel safe and protected. That was my thing. You can design it however you want, but just letting them know that they are not alone, that they have a spiritual connection to God and Jesus Christ, or whatever your spiritual, whatever you want to call the divine, universal intelligence called God. But just teaching them that connection will also help curb any connections to blankets and dollies and bottles and stuff, because they're feeling insecure because they feel like they're alone at night. Well, if you bless them and tell them that Jesus Christ is in their heart, or God is in their heart, or however you want to do it, they will feel that connectiveness and sleep better at night. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, just put a little quote or question down below. Otherwise, I will see you again soon.